We're simply expressing what we feel all the time. All the time, every moment. I'm doing it right now. I'm expressing how I feel about this experience that I'm having, what things that I've noticed. That's all we ever want to do to anybody, everything. Like, even if you don't agree with me, what you will do is express your opinion or your thoughts or your feelings about the experience of listening to this person on TikTok. Maybe not to me via texting there. You might not say it to me, but you might get off and you might talk to somebody else about this weird guy who's talking blah, blah, blah. Or wait, this was so interesting. I just want to share with you this experience or my thoughts about it. We do it all the time, everywhere, every place, all the time. That is our existence. And it may not be words that we express it. We do it as best that we can because we're having an experience. And the words are just one piece of how we express the experience. We have all kinds of tools and methods, which is the five senses. Anything in the five senses, we do our best to express how we feel about our experience with those five senses. That's why you got music. That's why we got food. It smells good, it tastes good. Music sounds good. Artwork that we look at because it's beautiful. Words can't describe it. All the time, we are going around trying to express how we feel about our experience on Earth as humans. And it's interesting that we have our own unique experience. No one else in the entire world has the same experience as I do. We have similar experiences, very similar experiences in which we can understand each other. And I think the similarities come from the feeling about the experience. And that's where we can make our connections. That's where I believe validation is. And if we go down, if we narrow it down to specific actions and behaviors with people, we can get right down to the moment-to-moment reactions and connections with other people. Just like atoms, the electrons, they connect and they create elements or they connect with other atoms. That's what we do. I think that's what we do on a scale with our emotions. The emotions that radiate from us, we connect with another person who shares the same emotion about the same kind of experience. And if you feel lost and you feel confused, or if you feel like no one understands you, it's likely because you don't understand yourself. And the expression of yourself is confusing. It's confusing for other people. So other people are going to be confused around you. And what usually happens, if we don't feel like we're heard and understood by somebody, anybody, anywhere, we feel like we are lost, alone, and many of us get to the point where we're just like, well, what's the point of living? Because the whole point is to have the experience of being alive and then sharing that experience with other people so that they can reflect back to you the feeling so that you know that you're alive. Essentially. So if we're not listening to each other, we get to the point where we like, I know that I'm feeling something. Somebody, I'm alive, right? Essentially, that's, we don't say exactly those words, but we say, don't you know how I feel? Don't you know how I feel? How many of you ever been in an argument with somebody, a significant other, I don't know, a partner, anybody special, your parents or whatever? You just don't know how I feel. You just don't know how I feel. And you just keep saying that. And you just keep repeating the same thing over and over and over and over again. The same points, you have the same fights, you have the same arguments. You try and let that stuff go, but it goes nowhere. It goes nowhere unless the other person reflects it back to you. They demonstrate that they understand how you feel. Or otherwise, that's not going anywhere. That's not going anywhere. And you're just going to fight and fight and fight and keep it, hang on to it and fight and try to resolve it and have the same little fights over and over and over again because no one has demonstrated that they heard how you feel. And of course, that stuff escalates. All right, I'm tired of yelling at you. I'm tired, I'm frustrated. So all the anger from the last time we talked about how I felt, and I brought it back up. And we bring it up every time we fight, we bring it up, and then one time it just goes, I push you or something. It gets physical. Because I'm tired of using my voice, you're still not getting it. And there's a desperation, there's a desire, there's a need for someone to demonstrate that they understand that we exist, that we are alive, that our feelings about what it is that we're experiencing is real.